but there are quite a few repeats on this list, whether that be albums coming out multiple times or artists in general, the likes of that. You know what I mean? People in these lists usually they're like, oh my god, oh, I'm gonna keep it one song per artist or one song per album or something like that to keep the variety. Oh yeah, well that's not really your true top 100 songs or top 50 songs then, is it? That's just you for some reason lying to yourself by putting in artists like you might not even care about that much, but you just put them in there because you want to have 50 artists in there. This is my 100% true opinion. There's still a lot of variety in this list because I listen to a lot of artists, but I'm not going to force myself to have literally one song maximum for like an album, because there's certain albums where like 3 or 4 songs legitimately could be on this list, and I'm not going to limit myself and not do that if it's genuinely one of my favourites. Like, I'll put it on here. Also, I'll talk about my top 10. I'm not faceless in almost all my videos. No, in every single one of my videos, I'm talking to the camera, and I'm not. I promise you, I'm gonna come in for my top 10. I'm gonna explain my reasoning with this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to keep it real. Enjoy the video. I'll be back soon.
Never plead a case, always aware of the truth, we can never erase. Falling from grace, black North Face.
What? You gonna hop on my car? Billy Coop riding with stars. What?
my neck. That's why these other niggas lame to us, cause all these other niggas lame as fuck.
Crescent moon wink when I blinked, it was gone. Left the crib, smacked, no sheath on the sword. Made it by the skin on my teeth, thank God. 03, mama rockin' Liz Claiborne. Happy.
Nigga, don't fuck with me. I'm a field nigga with Sean Cutlery. Go play the quarters where the butlers be. I'ma play the corners where the hustlers be.
Body swollen behind my eyes. I ain't cried for him in time to return.
Blow her off. Niggas come from out of town, I like to show her off. They like to act tough, she like to tone them off and make them straighten up their hat, cause she know they soft.
My homegirl got a credit card scam. She got a scholarship to college, but she don't give a damn. Intuition got a broke bitch wishing. She tell me this on the phone with the noodles in the pan. I know you woman, I console you woman. You feel like the universe owe you woman.
yours, the world is yours.
It's mine, whose world is this? It's mine, it's mine, it's mine.
Is it so compelling, the rebel with all the yelling? Now it's overwhelming when you're swallowing melon, bruh. Who you telling? Dumb lust, overfalling in love stuff, hush. Heart crushed like a bag of dust, bum rush.
Breakdown, baby.
I invented sweat. Popping bottles, putting supermodels in a cab. Proof. I guess I got my swagger back. Truth.
Bitch, don't kill my vibe. 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 You ain't heard the coast like this in a long time.
Get rude with the dude off chips, the mood switch. He chewed off strips of a brood witch. Danger make a groove off a glitch. Major boo booty twitch and the crew rich bitch.
Just a little something, show you how we live. Everybody want it, but it ain't that serious. That's that shit. So if you gon' do it just like this. You realize I'm in this fight, not this time again. So long, so long, so long. You can make the fight, and I'm not dying. Don't keep losing.
I spent most of my life depressed. Only thing on my mind was that. Didn't know my time was next, yeah. I'm trying to refine the shit. I redefine myself.
I ain't trust, I know we're never getting saved. 24 mixed race, living 12 years a slave. It was only yesterday. My grandfather getting knuckled by the pepper spray. More faggot bricks to riot like a renegade.
Long time since I tasted, working that hot plate, cooking in my homeboy basement, and Lambo knocked the coke off the table, that nigga wasted. I showed him the new straps, the AK with the green laser.
niggas nickel and diamond. I'm giving them 5 and sliding my way up the street. Pretty penny, you my luckiest find. Skin copper, titties bouncing. Save a generous slice for me, please.
MC Monkey on the mic, yes I was sitting in the gaff and I had no fucking clue. Yes, I had to do something to do.
I don't know why I decide to always fool myself at night, but yeah, people keep on asking me to stop doing it, but cope. I'm sorry, just please cope. Like I'm gonna keep doing it. Top 10. Let's talk about this top 10. Where do I start with this top 10? I'm gonna put my headphones back on. Guys, I look cute with headphones on. Guys, did I tell you how much I love Nas? Did I? Well, let's talk about a bit of it, because spoiler, he's back again for this number 10 pick. Okay, so Illmatic has been a pretty central part of my hip hop journey. Discovered it about 3 years ago. If you've already watched my top albums video, you would have seen. It's like, why am I spoiling it? I don't give a shit. You know what? I don't care. You're like, cool. It all started with this song, this one song, which throughout has been my favorite song from him, and it continues to stand the test of time every time I listen to it. This song is so easily digestible. I was sitting here as like a third. How old was I? I was listening to KSI at the same time, and I was listening to this song, and I was able to enjoy it. Tells you a lot. If you don't like this song, you'll never get into hip hop. That's just it. We'll start with the samples, because I actually know what's being used. Okay, so there's 2 Michael Jackson samples in this song, which just breathe life into it. It gives you all the energy from the song. Gives it a little bit of a danceability. So you've got the 2 Michael Jackson samples with a bit of synth and a little bit of vocal in the back. You've then got sampled drums, which are excellent, and you've got a little sampled some sort of horn instrument or something along those lines. Brings it a little bit of funk. I like that. You combine it all together with the lyricism, just effortless rhymes. The flow doesn't break for a minute, and yeah, it's just absolutely perfect. And it's so nostalgia inducing as well. So we've started talking about hip hop. Now let's talk about my favourite hip hop song of all time. Yes, we're doing it. Okay, so guys, you may have noticed throughout this list that I might like Kanye. I've put him once on this list, maybe even twice. I could have put half of his songs on this list and been able to justify it somehow and like explain why I've put every single one of them on there. I haven't done that though, because I've left the best on here. It all comes down to this one. I was sitting there. I had a whole year and a half, maybe 2 years, where I literally would only listen to Kanye, which helped me actually get into experimental music later down the line. It helped me branch out a bit from hip hop. This was one of the songs that started that, and it was ages and ages ago. First listen blew me away straight away. It's the best hip hop beat I've ever heard. Ye gets the best rapper commonly seen of this generation to feature on this song. But 3 minutes one and then 3 minutes the next, and it's just wow.
Hey baby, you forgot your Ray-Bans, and my sheets still orange from your spray tan. It was more than soft porn for the gay man. She remember my sprinter said I was in the great van.
Yeah, no more parties in LA. No more parties in LA. No more parties in LA. Bro, you know Madlib made this beat on an iPad, right? People spend years at uni doing music degrees and shit, and this guy just go, oh, he pulls out his fucking iPad, he says, hey, yeah, there's the best hip hop beat of all time. Yeah, okay, anyway, I'm gonna go back to fucking smoking a fucking blunt or something. Madlib, what a fucking crazy guy he is. We start with Kendrick, who does his Kendrick things, being a bit braggadocious, being a bit fun with it. Not one of his best verses of all time, but look, with the beat, it's still a 10 out of 10. Then Ye comes with what I think is his best verse of the 2010s. Talks about his writer's block being over on that track, where it was then, and he's fallen to fucking shit now. How did we go from this to bomb? And that concludes hip hop. It's gone, but we are gonna move to one of its close cousins. Okay, in the UK scene, trip hop. Yes, it's a shame that it's a dead genre at this point, because for its time, If I was a child back then, I would have been so gassed, but probably disappointed by this point as a grown ass man, like realizing how this genre has just gone to shit. Like you have Massive Attack, Portishead, Björk, Tricky, even Madonna was doing trip hop at some point. It was going crazy. It sort of just evolved from there, I think. This song in particular, I believe, is the absolute pinnacle of trip hop, and also has my favourite vocalist on it, so it's just perfect. And I think this is, in my opinion, probably one of her best vocal performances on this song. Gorgeous. Gorgeous is the only word that can really describe it. It's sort of, it's a little bit nocturnal, but it feels like you're in a dark, warm space by yourself and you have the window open and there's a bit of a breeze and the stars, you look out the window and you see the stars outside and you see the moon outside, but you're comfortable inside and you just feel safe. And
Love is a verb, love is a doing word, fearless, so pretty.
So gentle, so beautiful. Less is more with this song, I think. Just some very toned down lo-fi sound effects that come in and out. You've got grand piano. I believe the lead melody is played on a harp. It sounds so rich and full of emotion. A harp is called, I think. And that's really all you need. It's such a great melody. The beat is like a heartbeat, a little bit sinister at times, but cool. The grand piano, that just the notes that will sometimes come in with the heavy reverb just cut right through you. And of course, I haven't even talked about Elizabeth Fraser yet. Obviously, this is my first introduction to her, actually, and I think most people that's the case. It's always been one of my favourites. This is one of my childhood favourites. Genuinely, Massive Attack has been with me for so long, guys. Maybe there's more of them to come, who knows. Shoegaze. I haven't already put enough shoegaze in this list already to blow your eardrums out, then unfortunately we've got a little bit more to come here. It puts me in an absolute trance. I don't know what it does to my brain, but it just it's almost like, it is almost like a drug for me, and I need more and more of it, and I need my fix of it. And the top artist doing that for me is My Bloody Valentine. All of their albums are pretty much perfect in my opinion, especially Loveless. I've dived into every single one of their EPs as well, and remember the first time listening to Loveless being like completely reduced to silence literally for the rest of a day after I listened to it, because it just took everything out of me. I think I was in my chair like this. That experience was gift wrapped with this song, I think, off of Loveless. This song is so underrated. I think a lot of that has to do with the very abrasive nature of the guitar. Like, it's even abrasive for Loveless standards. It's so loud, but then there's like a little synth melody even buried in there, which you can still hear, and it like guides you through it. The actual melody of the guitar, there is a melody in there. It's so dreamy, and like floating in a sky of a rainbow behind you, kind of thing. But it's just distorted to absolute shit, and I think that's what makes it so perfect. It's like the most perfect dream pop song you could think of ever got like corrupted and then somehow came out like that. But guess what, guys? We're not done with My Bloody Valentine, because my favourite My Bloody Valentine song is actually this. How underrated is this one? This is the most perfect like druggy song I've ever listened to. I didn't even plan to listen to the song for the first time on Acid, but I ended up doing so. In my own time, I didn't record a video of that shit. Yeah, you first time viewers know nothing about me and my relationship with Acid on this channel. Okay, check my channel page after this and you actually will not believe it. Like, there's some madness on there. This song, it's sludge. It's absolute sludge. That's the only way to describe it. Half the song is literally just Belinda Butcher moaning into the mic like she's like on the verge of passing out from being like blackout drunk or something. The guitar is caked, not even in too much distortion, but it's really fuzzy, muffled. Almost like if any of you have listened to the first song off of MBV, it's sort of that same vibe, but it's a little more, it's a little less grainy. I'd say it's a little less grainy. The drums are quite distinct on this one as well, which you don't get with a lot of MBV stuff. For the first half, it has quite a defined structure, clear pop structure with not too much craziness going on. But the real star of the show, in my opinion, alongside the instrumentation that's so sludgy, is Belinda's delivery throughout. I talked about her moaning before, but which is just perfectly fits the song. But also just her vocal forms even in the first half of the song, which is actually saying stuff. But this is my favourite Belinda Butcher performance of all time, I'd say. She absolutely nails the vibe that she's going for. She perfectly encapsulates exactly what the song is about. Yeah, so that's why this is my favourite MBV track. Next up, we are going to... God, this is really just turning into shoegaze worship, isn't it? Yeah, we're sticking down that lane. So you may have also found out that I love Sweet Trip throughout this list. There's been at least like 4 Sweet Trip songs on here, 3 or 4. But here's another one, okay? Bro, like Velocity Design Comfort is my go-to come in and get your mind blown album and then just leave and pretend nothing happened. It's so entertaining to listen to. And it just blows you away again and again, song by song. And this song does it. Oh my god, this is probably the song that blows me away the most out of any song. Absolutely genius is the only way I can describe it. And who even thinks of making a song like this? It almost starts like a sitcom, nothing too insane happening, a standard like alt rock track going on, and then nope, a kick in the ass, and then nope, you and then suddenly just nope, and your whole life's changed. The guitar is so off tune and it's so perfect. I love it. It's probably the nastiest shoegaze progression I've ever listened to, and I keep on going back to it. I just think that it can't get any nastier, can it? And then when it repeats like 10 or 15 times in the second half, just again and again and again and again, and you realise, fuck bro, where am I going? It's so intense, and the drums as well, beautiful. Whoever's doing it, I don't know which of the pair does the drums. It sounds like they're properly slamming down on those drums as they're doing it. Yeah, and I just love this song for how unique it is as well. Alright, now this one, realistically, at this moment, this is my favourite song. But the recency bias has sort of made me mark it down a little bit, because this is my most played song of this year. But I can't ignore the importance of the songs above this. However, this song is probably like the most relatable song I've ever listened to, I'm not gonna lie. It speaks perfectly to me. It's a song about rising up, breaking free, expressing yourself, being full of energy, getting out there, and it's so uplifting and calming at the same time somehow. And it comes from an unlikely source, Sonic Youth. They have turned into one of my favourite artists. It's one of those groups where it really feels like a friendship group first before it's a band, because they just have so much trust in each other and in their own abilities. And I just feel like, bro, like you could have like a TV show made about them. It'd just be fucking sick. Like, I'd watch it. First and More is the one that takes this song, and I'm glad he did. This is the best guitar work I would say that I've ever heard, and it's on a Slacker Rock track. And let's not even talk about the drummer in the back. it's so soft, but the amount of cymbals that are being hit again and again, and especially when you have that little mini breakdown, I think is really harmonic as well. Compared to Sonic Youth's other stuff, it's weirdly almost not even, it's in tune the whole time, and actually very sweet sounding, which is just, in my opinion, it's quite out of character for them. But then again, Daydream Nation kind of was a bit like that throughout. So yeah, let's talk about Björk. Let's do it. Let's do it. Are we ready? Let's do it. Okay. Björk has got to mean something to me. I'm gonna go ahead and get a vinyl because, bro, these things are so expensive. But this thing is so beautiful, by the way. Anyway, I'll have this here for this. This song has risen so far up the pyramid for me. It's insane. I've played it so many times, and every time it just gets better. Everything from the storytelling to the beautiful artsy instrumentation, which is mixed with electronic elements in a tasteful way. The dance factor to the song is there as well. It progresses beautifully. The sentiment is beautiful. This is her magnum opus of a song, and it actually comes really early in her discography. Like, it's not like, I was never the biggest Vespertine enjoyer. I was way more of a fan of like a really youthful energy, early days, like really pushing boundaries with like experimentation and shit. And I think this is the song that really started it. I've got a bit of an inkling that this is a favourite song for a lot of people, actually, because what is there to not love about this? Maybe her vocal delivery isn't for everyone, but I think this is her best vocal performance, and she maybe not her most emotive vocal performance, but in terms of the melodies she chooses, for some reason this just hits everything for me. It does everything so abstract and weird with her voice and what she chooses, and in this case I think it pays off perfectly, especially with the chorus that keeps on repeating. I think that's where it really peaks. The way the beat develops into this little EDM spectacle at the end, insane. Honestly, my only criticism, if we're even calling this a criticism, is that I wish that it lasted longer. The beat, I wish that part lasted longer, because it's sort of cut into, yes, a very beautiful string progression at the end, and then it sort of fades out piece by piece. But I wish we just got a little bit of that beat, and you can just, for like a good 30 more seconds, I'd say that would be a good length. Now this is where it's really tough. Top 2 is where it's really tough. I am going to be decisive with this. So you know when I hinted at Massive Attack before, there's actually a better Massive Attack song than Teardrop, and it's not even on Mezzanine. Breathtaking. I've played it hundreds of times over many years, and it is the most unique song that I have ever listened to. The most unique song that I've ever listened to. I can pick apart every single element of this track. You've got your bass of the bell sound, plus a beautiful drum sample to form your beats. You have a purposely put together orchestra. This is not a sample, this is a orchestra that was put together. This was not made in the studio. This was an orchestra that Massive Attack paid for to deliver this piece. There was a whole composer for it and everything to deliver the violin that goes on throughout the song. It makes it sound completely spectacular and a little bit out of the ordinary, even for trip hop standards, which is usually sample based. Who would have thought of putting a drum sample and bells from a drum machine over a live orchestra? Only Massive Attack. You have other vocal samples coming in, which somehow just give it so much soul, so much extra soul. But speaking of soul, the epitome of this track is Shara Nelson. This is my favourite vocal performance of all time from anyone. She hits notes so perfectly, it honestly defies logic. The performance of her life, the performance of my life, just listening to it. The soul that comes through on this track is incredible. It's so quintessentially British. No American could make that song. No American could make that song, that is for sure. Have spent like literally hours unpicking it before. I'm not trying to sit here and just waffle and waste everyone's time, so we'll leave it at that. But I hope you get a good idea of why I enjoy that song so much, and hopefully you guys give that a try, because fucking hell, if you haven't listened to it, then you need to. Let me just swap one vinyl for another really quickly. I wonder. Should we just play a clip? Should we just play the clip? I think we should just play the clip. This is too much for me. This is too much for me. Like, honestly, this is too profound of an experience for me to be able to not tell anyone about this straight afterwards. Like, I'm actually losing it. Like, I've just found the album for the rest of my life. I love music so much. The song will always hold a special place in my heart because it is the song that made me realise how much I love music and how much I want to keep on listening to it for the rest of my life. And it was really the first moment in my life where I realised how much this means to me, and I will therefore always be grateful for this song existing, and therefore I just couldn't give it anything else than number one, considering the profound experience I had with this song. I've sobbed to this song so many times, and I try, this is literally the one song out of every song I listen to where I purposefully try to play it as little as possible so that I can preserve the feeling I get when I listen to this song. It's so magical. Magical is the only word that I can use to describe it. Every element of the song is perfect. Every jigsaw piece falls into place. Honestly, I don't even feel like describing the elements of it because I feel like I'm going to get tempted to play the song again, and I don't even want to play this song right now. Like, I want to preserve it for big moments. Divine, angelic, gorgeous, any word you could really throw around for that. The guitar with the special pedals that Cocteau Twins uses, it just makes it swirl around. It's a big beam of light that just enters your soul. Chorus is honestly too much for me to bear sometimes. Slightly favour Shara Nelson in terms of pure emotion expressed through vocals and soul. However, I think coupled with the instrumentation, this song is better than Unfinished Sympathy somehow. This is commonly regarded as the pinnacle of dream pop, and you can easily see why. This is not even just me waffling now, this is genuinely a quite accepted fact. Well, we've had fun, haven't we? We've had fun. We've sat here for what? You've sat here for 30 minutes ish to watch a top 100 songs video. Well done to you. You've made the right choice, clearly. I tried to make this video a little more interesting than just here's a slideshow of my favourite songs. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you anything about why I like them or who I am as a person. I'm just going to put a slideshow. No, that's not who I am. And I promise that more content will follow. I'm doing a new format where I used to do reaction videos. Nowadays, I like to just sit in front of my camera and talk about what music I listen to. Maybe play a bit of guitar from time to time. And that's it, really. I thank you so much for your time today. And I wish the best for the rest of your day. You might be watching in bed, who knows. In that case, I wish you the best for the day to follow for you. Okay, we're all in this together. Never feel like life is a drag, because there's always beautiful music. There's always beautiful music to look out for. That's what Heaven or Las Vegas taught me.